Lil Executioner's Doll Guillotines. Goodbye, Dolly.
Sigh. Sigh. Sigh.
Return the slab.
What?
Return the slab, or suffer my curse.
Welcome, foolish mortals. I'm the House Critic. One guy with 1,000 views, and all the episodes I must review. So you made it this far in the month of October, where I review Lucy Loud Halloween theme or spooky episodes in this month. And the first thing that came to my mind was She's All Bat, the 28th episode of season 5 of The Loud House. And above all, the 227th episode. This is one of my personal favorites of season 5 of The Loud House. It has the cuteness, that's Lola, with jealousy of horror, that's Lucy. And it's an episode to die for. Better not be stingy this Halloween, otherwise your nightmares will come true and you'll likely be begging for death. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Return the slab. Return the slab, or suffer my curse.
So anyways, we actually get a spooky star in the Royal Woods Cemetery.
Spirit, we beseech thee, make thy presence known.
Something about that sounds so familiar. Sounds like a girl. Then again, it sounds like a guy screaming like a girl.
The spirits are on the move. Let's go. Gasp.
Look! Our familiars have found something from beyond the grave!
Youch! Shoo! Shoo! Go on! Get!
Sigh. Why must they always be alive?
I don't know why. I actually like that one delivery how Haiku said that in one go. Especially when she just used Lucy's catchphrase.
Sigh. Why must they always be alive?
It really sounds like she's having some difficulty with her family, as if she had 10 siblings of her own.
Hello there, Principal Huggins.
I was sent here with a very important matter to discuss with your club.
School Clubs Act of 1874?
And guess what this bullshit means?
Hey, this looks like a for real pink slip. You know, like a you're fired pink slip.
It states all clubs must have at least 7 members.
What? What do you mean?
You need to have another member by tomorrow or your club must disband.
But no, this can't be!
You can't decide that. He can't do this to us. Even NSYNC had it worse.
Sorry, kids, but rules are rules. Good luck.
This is bullshit!
Fear not. We'll just show everyone at school how great our club is. Then they'll be dying to join. Ha ha ha.
That's so funny, maggots won't even eat that part of your skin. So the morticians actually try to attempt one of the students to actually join their club, and here comes one of the absolutely scary, cringeworthy shit I saw before in Ghost.
Join the Morticians Club, and you too can do this.
God, that is still so disturbing. I should have worn my red boxers. And I still don't fucking get how is he able to do that. I wouldn't be too scared in reality if someone was able to do that. And another thing, by the way, is that girl Jordan or is that a sister of hers? Because this really confused everybody, thinking that shouldn't Jordan actually be in middle school with Lincoln and the others? And what's with these artists that keep changing her scale height? She was tall at about Lincoln's size and past her bedtime, and then somehow she became shorter again. Anyways.
Our club has its very own crow.
So many attempts, so many failures. And just as about the morticians are about to put a stake through their own hearts, there's one more person they haven't asked, and you can probably guess who that is.
It's Lola! That is my simple request. Always fabulous.
What a sweetheart she was.
Damn it, Bill, Jesus!
Lola's our last hope. Lucy, you have to go ask her to join.
Are you shitting me? There's no way Lola's actually gonna join your creepy group. That's like asking Ryan Reynolds to be Superman. But the group attempts Lucy to actually ask her sister to join them.
I, never interrupt Lola while she's strutting. Family rule. No, please.
I can't do it! I'm not ready! It's too soon!
Guys, you don't understand. She doesn't like funeral marches. She won't wear black.
Are you sure about that?
If I touch a burning candle, I can feel no pain.
You know what they always say, you never know unless you try.
Trust me, she's not right for our club. Fine. Lola, I have to ask you something. The Morticians Club needs one more member or we'll have to break up. Would you join? What? Not interested? Well, thanks anyway.
Wow. Love that enthusiasm.
You were really proud of that one, weren't you?
Wait! Believe it or not, there is a heart under all this fabulousness.
Speaking of Lola, has anyone else even noticed that she started wearing that ring since this season? I haven't seen her wear that ring ever since, well, I don't know. I just started to notice that.
I have always considered it my personal mission to spread glitter and glamour to every corner of this earth. So yes, I'll join. Yay!
Yay.
That was bizarre. That's like asking one of the Bratz character to become part of Monster High. And what would happen to that one kid who appeared one time in Ellis for Love? Doesn't he actually go to the elementary school, and shouldn't they ask him to actually be part of their group? And I wouldn't even have to say Maggie because honestly, she's a middle schooler.
I call this meeting to order.
Psst, Lucy, shall we start with a few words from our new member?
Oh, I didn't prepare a speech.
That's okay, Lola.
Okay, so let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job.
Sorry, I actually wanted to get that speech out of the way.
For as long as she can remember, Lola Loud has been a giver. It all started when...
Well said. Thank you for your words.
Oh, hey, whoa!
Very rude much, Luce? Someone tells me you didn't want Lola to be part of the club to begin with.
Any other old business?
Yeah, this chill out here is getting old and my business is freezing.
Yeah, and her rear end's getting cold sitting on the stone floor doing nothing.
We like the bone-chilling cold.
Actually, it is pretty chilly.
She is right. I agree.
I say we go back to my place for some yummy rosehip tea. Boris wants yummy tea.
What doesn't Boris want? I'm no tea person, but I'll drink tea, but I won't drink it too much often. And the first experience when I even drank tea is after when I saw Alice in Wonderland so many times. It's good, but sometimes I kind of like it hot more.
Now that we're settled, I'll demonstrate funeral makeup techniques. Any volunteers?
Me.
Okay, Boris.
You clumsy little fool. Clean that up.
Is it just me, or does anybody else feel so weirdly odd that all these goths are actually in Lola and Lana's room? Then again, weird runs in their blood. And I'm gonna criticize something about these characters later. Lola decides to patch things up, quite literally so to speak, as if that was an episode before.
Sorry, it's just, why not add a hint of color for the afterlife? May I?
Nothing's too lively.
This will be a total disaster.
That's what you think. Ha! But you couldn't be more wrong. And this will be the last time you hear the boogie song.
Voila! Good. It's still Boris, only better.
Funeral can be next.
Survey says
You look 300 years younger.
Getting kind of tense, aren't you?
Later in the park, all the goths are actually doing some kind of hypno-chanting spell on the frogs, which makes me have a little throwback to Frog Wild. And I'm gonna review that episode in March.
Lola, this spell doesn't include ribbons.
I'm just trying to liven it up.
It doesn't need...
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Did not see that coming. I didn't know Lola had good social skills with the frogs. She could have been a little more helpful in Frog Wild. Then again, I would just leave her out of that episode and let it be on Lana. And this gets the goths amused.
Oh, look at those frogs! Lola, can you teach us that? And do you have any black ribbons?
Oh, sweet. Lola Loud has everything.
I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore.
Golly, Bob, howdy.
Oh, shut up.
That dumb school club's act ruined everything. I wish Principal Huggins had never found it. Wait, that gives me an idea.
Oh boy. Does anyone else hint a bit of repetitive coming up here?
Ha 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 ha.
Lucy, please. Your diabolical laughter is upsetting my unstable isotopes.
Shut the hell up, Lisa! And thank heavens we never get to see her in this episode, but we hear her off screen. Oh, we'll get there. Oh, we will get there. And trust me, Lisa being in this episode was kind of pointless, even if she's not in it. There was no need for her to actually be there, or to actually hear her. So we're back at the cemetery with the goths rocking their new looks thanks to Lola.
Is the wig too much? Not at all. You bring goth glam to a whole new level.
Woohoo. What's so great about being yourself when you can be like everyone else?
I swear, the way Boris is dressed, I've seen this person from somewhere before. And you know, it's kind of a bit weary that most of these goths are actually wearing glamorous makeup when clearly they have already been wearing dark makeup, which can be a little uncomfortable in some points, especially when you got Haiku actually riding in Lola's princess jeep. And Principal Hudgens actually comes here to break the good news, or the bad news, to the morticians.
Hey there, kids.
Principal Huggins, such a surprise. What are you doing here?
I found this taped to my computer monitor. Don't know how I missed it before. It's the school club's amendment of 1875. Cancels out the 7-member rule. As you were then.
This guy could be playing Codsworth in Beauty and the Beast. And somehow, sooner or later, somebody in that school is actually gonna find the real print. And these guys are really gonna lose their club. And Lucy rudely toodles Lola goodbye, feeling that they don't need a 7th member in their group anymore.
Okay, well, I guess I'll be on my way.
All right, any old business?
I want Lola to stay in the club. I've never felt so fabulous.
Yeah, unless you want to be too fabulous and want to cut your own dick and nuts off right there and become a girl. And Robin Williams and Eddie Murphy never did go that far.
She really mixed things up. I enjoyed her upbeat presence.
Boris, too.
Oh my god, that's a little weird how the way she is wearing blush on her cheeks. Then again, like I said, they are weird. But guess who returns like Tigger did in Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2?
I was hoping you'd want me to stay. I'm having such fun, and I've got so many great ideas. 3 words, goth beauty pageant.
Survey says.
Oh my god, I didn't know that kids at a psychic camp could read my mind about how I want to get them in my panties. Why don't you just shut up and do this and that?
I have to get Lola out before she ruins my club.
But how?
Sky demons! Get me out of here!
That's it. I'll scare her out. Ha ha, ha ha.
Ha, if anyone were to watch this episode again, look at Fang how the way when he looks at Lucy when she does that evil laugh of her own. If you can even call that an evil laugh. And if Lucy actually be a jealous, she either reminds me a bit of Clyde in Flying Solo or Lori from Garage Band. And you'll see what I mean by these two.
Ugh, you know, Lucy, I don't actually believe you can see my future in that cheap hunk of glass.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, sweetheart. She was right about one thing in Garage Band. But what she's about to tell you, she's gonna make that shit up.
Gasp. I see a pageant.
Is it Little Miss Sugar Beet? Who wins? Tell me.
Tell me, Danny. Tell me.
Wait a minute.
I see it now. You've just finished the talent portion.
Yeah? What else?
They're tabulating scores. And the winner is... Lindsay Sweetwater. Just another great perk of being in the Mortician's Club.
Or just to be a simple dick. But if something scary as that sounds to Lola, there's always a positive side to it.
Good thing fortunes can be changed.
They can? How?
I just read the new issue of Modern Enchantress. It has a stage fright spell that might come in handy on a certain Miss Sweetwater.
Tell me more, sweetie. I might just be Mortician's Club material after all.
This is gonna sound strange, but I think there actually should be an episode with Haiku and Lola, because they both are actually wearing dresses that you can't even see their legs. Well, sometimes with Lola, but you never see Haiku's legs. I don't know, just a thought.
Know any brutes whose strength you can resort to? Oh, shut up.
Time to dial it up to scare level 2.
My gosh, still love that look on that little bat's face. It's like he's warning Lucy to not go this far. Or better yet, watch what you do. So for the next attempt that Lucy is trying to get Lola out of the club, she takes her to a cave, which I hope we don't attract any of the bears or a Sasquatch.
Why are we even meeting out here anyway?
It's just our weekly spin class.
Oh, good. I've been meaning to work on my glutes.
Not that kind of spinning.
You trying to scare me to death? Don't sweat it, pal. You're already dead.
Wait a minute, there's another hole in the plot with this one. Do you remember Along Came a Sister when Lola wasn't even afraid of spiders? Or a spider for that matter. And now that she has a phobia of it?
This is Deborah. She likes to cuddle.
Get that thing away from me! Boris, my 7-foot angel!
I'll admit that's kind of cute because anytime that she leaves lipstick on someone's head, it kind of reminds me a bit of Snow White, what she does in the Disney park. Lola can be sweet in times, but there are sometimes she can be a bad apple.
No more kid stuff. Time for scare level 11.
Whoa, hey-o, going Bubble Vicious, are we? I don't know why, but somehow that episode of the Powerpuff Girls still reminds me of this day. Anytime they say level 11, it reminds me of that certain episode. And here comes one of my favorite best parts of this episode, and why it's on my top 5 favorite Season 5 Loud House episodes.
Ready, everyone? I have a feeling the ghosts will be very active this evening. Spirits, give us a sign you are amongst us. I said, give us a sign. Our spirit must be in that crypt.
He's in there.
How's anybody that completely deaf to tell that is Lucy Loud's voice? Hell, in Driving Miss Hazy, we all could tell that was Lori's voice actually giving Lenny the bad advice while she was sleeping. And Lucy decides to go in and coax it out.
I swear, if it's Principal Huggins again, I'm out of here.
I just love Haiku's witty sarcasm. And sometimes her humor can get me laughing at some points.
So they say.
I'm not that kind of...
That's disturbing. Lola Loud. I was once a young and beautiful pageant queen like you. I must devour your youthful lessons.
That's really spooky and freaky at the same time. But I find it funny how the way she didn't rehearse all of this. Like she just said all of that in one go.
Hello, Timon! I've come to eat your soul!
Return the slab.
What?
Return the slab, or suffer my curse.
Okay, this seems like stupidity number 5. If you trip along somewhere in the woods and being chased by something that's out to get you, don't sit there and just watch it come and kill you. Just get up and keep running. That's a damn death wish.
Too bad you tried to run, and you seemed like such an obedient little girl.
Return the slab. Return the slab.
Shriek. Gasp!
What the fuck?
Are you trying to scare me? Me, yeah.
Guess the cat's out of the bag, eh?
Sigh. Yes. I wanted to make you quit the club.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll leave then.
Lola, wait.
Wow, that was cold-blooded, but not in a good way.
Hey, that's a good one. May he rest in peace. He was one of my favorite actors. But as cruel, selfish, and cold-hearted Lucy turned out in this entire episode, in the very end, some things can actually get made up for it. And this is probably the cutest bonding I have seen with these two. And I wish I could see this with Lana and Lucy.
Mr. Sprinkles, tell this person I never wish to speak to her again.
Hey, it must be weird for you guys having a doll up here on a stand with no kid pointing to where his uncle touched him, huh? Is that right? Yeah.
Lola, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have treated you like that. It's just, I'm jealous of you.
You jealous? Man, that's really hard to believe. Normally, goths don't ever get jealous. And speaking of that, am I like the only one who thinks that all the morticians are actually one-dimensional in this episode as they were in Sandcastles? Because so much of them think so alike, like you can't even tell the different personalities in their characters. Hell, Haiku made her debut in Dance Dance Resolution. She may have a few similarities with her friend Lucy, but there's a few differences about her. She's much very calm and speaks with an emotionless tone, and she rarely even smiles, just like Lucy does with her creepy smile. And she really much has a dislike for people who smile too much, sunlight, and cats. And even dishonesty. In fact, she gets more dialogue out of Persephone, Boris, and Dante. I'm too damn shocked that her and Giggles are the only two girls that actually reappear in more episodes than the other two didn't. I don't know about Tabby, but I could say Margot's better than Polly Payne. Anyways.
You always steal the spotlight with your charm and talent. The Morticians Club was the one place I could shine. So when you joined, I felt threatened. I know it's silly.
That sounds too much like a recycled episode.
Not necessarily. Believe it or not, I feel the exact same way about Lisa. All that stinking genius and inventions to save humanity. Ugh, annoying.
You can say that again, Lola dearest.
So you forgive me?
Mm-hmm.
Hug.
I don't care what people say, this is probably the cutest thing I've seen since Lou Ann actually hugged her in Head Poet's Anxiety. Lucy welcomes back Lola to the club, but...
Sorry, I'm gonna pass. And resign my membership. Go shine on your own.
Oops, sorry. I was just splitting atoms.
And seriously, they should have kept her silent at this part, because there was no way for her to ruin the ending. Again. And that was She's All Bat.
Stuck inside and you can't get out, but you feel like being free.
This was a bit contrived, with the fact that Lucy's club was required by the school up from Principal Hudgens to have the 7 members in order to keep it going, which is part of where Lucy's conflict with Lola stems from. That and Lucy's fear of being upstaged by her sisters, since Lola has a bit of an ego and a girly artistic that clashes with her club's gothic style and Lucy's leadership skills. But when watching this felt like it was a rehash of the plot of A Star is Scorn. And Flying Solo was also a bit of a rehash, but I think I would prefer that episode over A Star is Scorn and She's All Bad, since that did the plot a million times better. But with Lucy being the jealous one and Lola being the spotlight stealer, this also had a bit of phantom pains and a grave mistake moments into it. Some of Lucy's episodes are either hit and miss for me, and I really like Phantom Pains and Head Poet's Anxiety, but others can be either boring or bad. As for Lola outside of Sound of Silence, I really like her episodes like Gown and Out and Read Aloud. So Lucy was kind of awesome in this episode. She had some very funny scenes, such as when she dressed up as that creepy monster into scaring Lola. And I also like the scenes with Boris, especially when Lola puts makeup on him. And I also did like the ending hug between Lola and Lucy, which is really cute. However, if there is something good about an episode like this one, there's bound to be something bad about it. First off, Lucy was at her selfish moment again in this episode, like she wasn't a grave mistake and a bit of phantom pains. She literally tries to get rid of Lola the minute she grabs the Morticia's attention. Secondly, she was the one who asked Lola if she wanted to join, which Lola randomly agrees, and I will never figure out why she really wanted to join them. But the heck, I do love Lucy and Lola episodes together, like Tea Tell Heart. I mean, they did share a room together in a room with a feud for a while. Overall, I would consider this episode good, but not awesome. If you want something glamorously cute with a bit of spooky in it, you'll be alright with this episode. And I would also prefer to watch this in autumn or fall. It has that seasonal jive to it. I'm the Loud House Critic. Anyone want to take a walk out in the woods tonight?
When ghosts and goblins by the score, ring your bell or pound your door. Better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true. Woo.
The man in